right, guys. So that was a hot topic. So we got get back into it. Can't seem to agree, which is fine. That's what the show is about. It's different opinions, different point of views. But again, we're discussing the topic of can exes make good friends, or can exes really be friends? Okay. So I think what's important for us to establish is that once you're an ex, there's a reason you're an ex. Okay? So when you're choosing to withdraw from that relationship and let's say attach, I'm talking from, again, a married perspective. When you're choosing to withdraw from that relationship is because that person is not for you, correct? We can all agree to that. Okay. So when you're then attached to somebody else, when we're saying being friends and being cordial, those are not the same thing. A friend is somebody you talk to. Again, you check up on, you guys have conversations for here and there, right? So why is it that you're holding on to that ex if you have somebody else? That's kind of where I stand, right? You can be cordial, you guys can be in social events together and mingle, but why be friends with them?
I 100% agree, because even as a single person, like I was saying, like, I just personally feel like it's not the wise thing to do. To be friends with an ex is literally, like, as much as things can be like an end, it's literally opening a door for the enemy. I can't start befriending you and having you in my life and carrying you around with me and, you know, calling you late at night, whatever, as if a few months ago we weren't saying I love you. We can't do that as human beings. And just on top of that, the fact, like,
so sorry, just another question then. Does time matter?
What do you mean?
If you had an ex, you were 15 versus if you had an ex you broke up last month or 6 months ago, does it matter? Does that make a difference?
But I feel like, for example, you don't count someone maybe you dated in like grade 6, you know what I'm saying, versus now. I feel like everything from 18 up
matters
now,
and
matters.
Everything before that is just like,
it's not that it's significant, because some people have those relationships that carry through, but I'm just saying, like, it becomes so real after high school, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying any relationship you've had after high school, and that's
or any relationship that's had a meaning, an impact, something meaningful has marked your life. If from that relationship
long enough as well, like there's relationships that don't mean anything because you literally lasted a week and then things broke up.
Right,
you know
and there's what we call there's high school love and elementary and
no,
I'm
love. saying even now.
That's what I'm saying. So there's you can be in elementary. There's people out there that have been together. You know, they've been elementary sweethearts, high school sweethearts, or whatever. Yeah. It depends on how many. I don't know how many thresholds or how many events or how many things have you guys...
Meaningful.
How meaningful and how many things you guys have gone through together, and how has it impacted you? If you've had your first kiss, let's say, with that person, and you were like 10, okay? You cannot be holding that until you're like 43.
I mean, it depends. Maybe that was your only kiss.
Okay. But I'm just saying, if it was meaningful, like you guys, you know, you grew with this person, you've learned things with this person. There's certain, you don't hold on to them, that's fine. Time, I do believe time does heal all wounds. You do need time to heal, because there's no such thing as, that I believe, you're an ex with somebody and a couple weeks later, we're friends. No, you're not. No, you need to go your separate ways.
There's feelings
time.
attached.
There's time to heal.
There's so much thing that can still happen. That's why I say we're opening the door to the enemy.
But that's what I'm saying.
She's become friends.
Her question was, because another question to answer was, does time heal all wounds, right? Does time matter? I do believe time mattered, but memories and moments and things that you've shared with people, those things, I'm not saying because we like stay on forever, but it is so easy to just, even though you've moved on, right? Even though you've moved on, it's so easy to look at that person and be like, something's happening in the room.
Remember when we did this?
Something's happening in the room.
And you get those.
And then you're like, oh, yo, remember when? Or you take a look at that person and be like, you know what I'm talking.
Or you guys have this
it's
thing,
so easy.
you know?
Yeah.
It's so easy. So that's what I'm saying. Friends is a big word. Being cordial, being respectful.
But it also depends.
I
feel like it also depends on the person. I feel like that's why we're also having trouble like agreeing on this topic, is because somebody that like Deborah can just, again, somebody like Deborah can be like, you know what, I'm single. I was dating this person 2 years ago. I'm okay with being friends with them. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Somebody like me who's married and saying, not only do I not care to be friends with my ex, but I understand that I have a partner and I have that person's feelings I need to consider. I would say no. So I think it depends who
on
you
the
are,
situation and on who you are
exactly,
and on the time
and how comfortable you are with this person and whether or not it's something you're willing to do. If you are, that's great. But I think we all somewhat agree that, well, I guess on this corner we're saying
No, I agree. Like, I get
you're
it.
saying you wouldn't mind, is what you're saying.
It's saying for me, it's a gray area, but I'm not really friends with any exes, so I'm not gonna say it's like 100% possible.
If an ex wanted to be your
But
friend,
I'm not,
you wouldn't be like, nah.
if I'm single, it's my choice, right?
And I would say, why not?
Yeah, if I'm
Why
single,
not?
it's my
Like,
choice. If I choose to, because let's say our circles run the same circle, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't mind. If I'm in a relationship, it's not just me anymore.
Exactly.
It's me and my person. So I cannot just say yes to you if it's not okay with us.
And for
with
me,
him. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. Single, in a relationship, an ex is an ex. I will respect you, and I highlight that. I will respect you. I will help you out. I will love you. If I will still be there for you if you need me.
But friends.
But I will not.
Okay,
be
can I
your
ask?
friend.
Okay, can I ask? What is the problem of being friends with an ex? And let's make it. Okay, you guys ended off good. You guys figure out it wasn't working. You guys have dated, let's say, years. This is the person that knows you. You guys, your family or friends. Again, there's no bad vibes. You're single. And this person is like, hey, I just want to still be able to check up on you and see if you're fine. Or whatever the case may be, I still want to consider you a friend. What's wrong with being their friend? Again, if you...
We would have to
if you're
go,
single...
If you're comfortable.
If you're single.
We would have to go...
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If we're now comfortable, there's no bad feelings, there's no bad vibes.
And that's what I said. That's what I said.
And we're cool now.
Yes.
Let me just tell you, and there is a huge chance that y'all will get back together.
Not only
Not
that,
necessarily.
guys.
Not necessarily. Some
If
people
you
are
guys
better
I'm
friends
talking
than they
about
are
friends.
together.
I'm talking about friends
But-
here.
but
She's
some
saying
people are
there's
better
bad
friends.
blood, there's no bad blood.
Doesn't mean you're meant to be
So
together.
I know that, but there's time. You know what I'm saying? People change over time.
So let's say time. Okay, so time. We keep coming back on time stuff, but time passes, and you're like, yo, I still, and
You've evolved.
you're a real good friend and whatever. You would have to start from ground zero, which you cannot do with somebody you have history with. That's what I'm not saying. There's people.
Start what at ground zero?
There's people out there where it works, and if it works for you, that's great. But I'm just saying that there are things you can't, like, in order for you not to fall back into that path, you'd have to start over. But that's the wisest thing to do.
But see, as a single person, you know, you have
Advocate for single people.
No, yes,
Really?
because your perspective is someone shaded because of your lens, which is not a problem because I also have mine. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, once you're single, you have no one to account to whatever. Like she said, it's your choice.
Right.
All I'm saying
Exactly.
is,
It's
as
up to
people,
you.
we're talking anatomically. It has nothing to do with whatever. If you are with a male or a female that you had feelings for, especially if you guys were intimate once upon a time, and all of a sudden you guys split, there's no bad blood, we're good, there's been time, you've dated other people, I've dated other people, you know, we broke up, and now
Right.
like we find ourselves where we can be friends. I am telling you, a lot of the time, because you guys have experienced all that, blah, 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 there is a huge chance. I'm not saying you have to, or you're like 100% going to, but there's a huge chance you guys are gonna get back together.
Get back together or fall into old habits and stuff like that. So,
and it might not
Again,
be
it's your
healthy for you.
choice.
That's
It's
your
your-
choice.
that's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying
It's-
too.
You have to
It's
consider
your
that,
choice.
right? If you're willing to be friends with that person,
you have to consider the pros and the cons
of what can
That's the
comes
thing.
with
And
that
maybe when you guys were
relationship.
dating at the time, it wasn't the right time for you guys, and you've grown, you matured, and now it is, and you guys were friends.
Yeah,
You were
like,
able to be
it
friends for a
varies.
while, and then you realize, you know what? Like I want to try this again. Fine. That's what
It
I'm
comes-
saying.
there's-
There's
I'm
so many
saying
things that could come out of it. It's not. It shouldn't be a no thing. It's like it depends on your situation.
It depends on your situation. It depends on your maturity. It depends on your spirituality.
Yeah.
It depends on where you are in life. If you're gonna walk down that path, then all we're saying is do so responsibly. So let us know what you think. Hit us up on our social medias. We'd love to hear from you.